Just perfect for Easter Sunday because we all got the in-laws that we need a gummy for. You know what I'm saying, Johnny?
Couldn't have said that better.
Well, man, how's everything going for you on this Thursday morning?
Oh, you know what? We're so good. Our teams at all of our stores are just so amped up because it is, even though the date is not 420, it is 420 in all of our stores right now. It's the biggest celebration of our industry. And it's just so much fun, and we can't complain because one, we are able to not only be doing this in a legal state, but we're also be able to do things in our own way, which is really what sets us apart at Ivy Hall, and just given that customer experience is our North Star, and so it's so important for us to drive that, but at the same time have fun, because it is 420. It's a wacky holiday, and when you're on holiday, you're supposed to have fun, as my friends in the UK say.
That's right.
No complaints over here.
Well, and it's such a fun industry, really. I mean, there's a lot of serious work that you guys are doing, and each and every day that we don't see from behind the scenes. But whenever you're able to really have fun with your product and really showcase that inventory, man, that's got to be the best time for you and your employees to let the hair down and just celebrate with Edwardsville.
Absolutely. And because we're still new in Edwardsville every day, we're seeing new faces and returning customers, and that's really what it's about. Because for us, it's not just about selling cannabis, right? Like we could sell cannabis every day, but it's really about building that connection with the community. And last week when we had our ribbon cutting, we had so many amazing folks come out and just say, this is what we've been waiting for, and it's exciting for us because, it's our 10th store that we opened, and it's been such a journey because opening a dispensary is not for everyone. The fact that I still have hair and it's not gray, I'm blown away. And there is no cannabis product that we sell for that helps with coloring hair or anything like that. So for me, it's it's a blessing, honestly, because for a long time, I lived in areas that were beaten up by the war on drugs, and just for the conversations that I was having last week with some people that were like, yeah, I'm here because I'm battling this, or I need it for my sleep. It's just like to be able to give people that opportunity to own a little bit of their life, especially for people who maybe some of the older crowd that have for decades been told you can't do this, and now they can. So everyone loves pulling up, and they're like, man, it's so nice in here, the sun's shining, like the staff is so amazing, like this is what we've been waiting for. And so for us, it's like the icing on top. But now because of 420, they're like, wait, what are y'all doing? And we're like, we're throwing a party. We're throwing a party right now, but on Sunday, it's going to be a big old party, and so for us, we have always been the ones that try to do something different, right? And so we've been doing chocolate bars, not infused, regular chocolate bars.
Oh wow!
Handmade. And we at all of our stores, last year we did this. First 100 customers would get a chocolate bar, and you'd have everyone opening them up at the counter. And there was only 30 prizes per store, right? So think you got decent odds. But our co-founders were like, Johnny, what are you guys going to do different for 420? I said, well, everybody wins if you get an egg. And they're like, what do you mean? I'm like, we're going to give away 1,000 prizes across all 10 of our stores. And I want everyone to be a winner because they're getting up early, they're showing up early, they're coming out to not only support us, but to really support the community at large that we are a part of. I'm so proud to be a part of. And so for us, we're like, well, let's have some fun in it. And people are like, well, what's in these prizes? I'm like, oh.
We are nosy people, Johnny. We are nosy people.
Well, people want to know, people want to know. And so when you walk in, to our store, you can see a bunch of prizes that are listed on the screens and whatnot. But the things that really, stick out to me that are really local, because that's the fun thing that me and my team get to do, is we get to go grab some bigger stuff, and then we get to go and we get to for local business, right? So right. For us, we got every store's getting a $500 Visa gift card in one of those eggs. We got a $250 gift card to the I believe it's the Evermore Gallery tattoo company right there in Edwardsville, right there on the corner. Like super amazing people. Shout out to my friend Donna Klein who actually tattooed my knuckles years ago up here in the Chicagoland area. But we got a gift certificate to Sneakies. We got a gift certificate to Dairy Haven. And we're just like trying to do some fun stuff with the locals, because to some people they might be, oh, they're just here to sell cannabis. And it's like, well, that's what we do, but we're part of the community, and being part of the community is part of our DNA, right? So, 8 a.m. It's crazy. We're going to have coffee and donuts for everybody who's standing in line. And, as long as you're one of those first 100 people, you're getting one of those eggs. But then the party doesn't end there. On the 20 every hour, we're doing vault surprises for everybody in line. And then the big kicker, which is really fun for me, is at 1 p.m., we're going to start distributing Lou Malnati's pizzas for the first time in Edwardsville, which, as somebody who lives in Chicago and has the conversation around, well, what's the best Chicago pizza? And I go, honestly, whatever's in front of you, you should be grateful for being able to eat. But I'll tell you, if we're going deep dish, we're going Lou Malnati's. If we're going to go tavern style, we're going to go Villanova.
Ooh.
But just by saying that, I'll have some people, well, hold on one second. What about this? What about this? So for us, it's real fun because, some of our stores like Edwardsville and Peoria, they don't have a Lou Malnati's in there. So they just hear about all the hype from Chicago. And so we're just so grateful for our partnership with Lou Malnati's that we're going to be able to get these pizzas down there. And it's just a fun little surprise, because on top of that, you're coming in to pick up product, and then which some people call za. And then for us, we're giving you a little bit more za to go home and enjoy whatever you want, But, for us, it's just what's going to separate us apart. On the ribbon cutting, we gave away T-shirts that said, "Thank you for smoking with us, Edwardsville."
Oh, right.
And the smile on these people's faces, they're like, I was like, we're just giving them a shirt. And they're like, man, it's soft. It says Edwardsville on it. Like, nobody does this. And I was like, all right, well, we're happy to be here. So it's these little bells and whistles that we're able to throw out there and be a part of the community. But store's going to be open 8 to 8 all day. So whatever you got to do to take care of, whether it's family or if you got to go to church or whatnot, we're here to support you, and we're going to get you in and out as soon as we can. But we're going to have a good time doing it. And it's because it's what these people deserve.
Well, and honestly, Johnny, that's what you've hit on so many really important things. And because, we've someone who supports the cannabis industry, and we have, quite a few conversations on my show about it. To me, it's one of those where I think there's just so much more potential than having that, maybe 6-pack every day. If you can, if that gummy's working for you, man. And what I think that's so important is the fact that you're being out there in the community. I mean, to have these partnerships so early and really seeing how the business community is rallying around, you guys, and really supporting this is something that not many areas have. So that's pretty special up there in Edwardsville, man.
Yeah, no, it really is. And like I said, it's part of our DNA. And when people go, oh, well, I can just go to this dispensary because, they basically all sell the same product. Well, at Ivy Hall, we actually have some exclusives that you can only find at Ivy Hall. But what you will always find at Ivy Hall is our commitment to our community, and that's just who we are. And so it's not just, oh, it's an advocacy month, we got to go out and do this. It's like, no, we have community service hours for every store. So every store every month gets 20 hours of community service hours. So as a company, we're delivering 200 community service hours a month to our community. I mean, that's amazing,
That is incredible.
Too. And it's like, you think about it, you start looking at the numbers, you're like 200, hours times, whatever their wages, that adds up very quickly. But again, we don't go, well, we got to cut that, because that's not good for us. Our bottom line, like we say this is good for our soul, and it's good to go help. And so again, it's like, that's where we're always going to show up and be the true people that we are. But at the same time, our bud tenders and our amazing staff, they're there to answer all the questions. Being in the Edwardsville store the other day, there was a guy who rolled up with his dog, and he was a little nervous to come in. He's a little older gentleman. He's like, oh, this is my first time being in here. And I was like, I saw your dog outside. He's like, oh, yeah, Haley, and she's great. She's my everything. And I was like, Haley's welcome here. He's like, what? And I was like, yeah, we're the only dog friendly dispensaries that we know of that we ask you to bring your dog in, and we got a milk bone waiting behind the counter for him.
I love it.
And some people have taken that to where we've seen people bring in like maybe their cat on their shoulder. At one of our stores, there's somebody who brings in a bird, whatever it is. We're here to support you, and it's like the golden rule. As long as they respect the space, they're welcome here, right?
That's so cool.
And so for us, that's where we really dive in. And so we're excited, because actually haven't even been open a month yet in Edwardsville. That's next week. Next Monday, or next Tuesday, we get to celebrate one whole month in Edwardsville. But our commitment, and I just know from, my Excel sheets that I have on my end, me and my team, we're ready to really, be ingrained in the community. So we got community festivals lined up. We got some really fun partnerships that we're working on with a couple businesses.
That's
just
awesome.
to keep it a little spicy. And, at the end of the day, we're going to keep our ear to the ground just to make sure that if there's an opportunity that we can show for the community outside of our store, we're going to do that, because every day inside the store, we're showing up for them for sure.
Well, and that's what I think is so important too. And I want to definitely get back to this weekend, but real quick, it's just that notion that you said earlier that's so important, that, time and time again, we see dispensaries pop up because, they're here, but they aren't going about it by this approach, because for some, the industry's still new for them. It's kind of maybe a little bit intriguing, or maybe they just are kind of against it from preconceived notions. So to be able to put your hands in and say, guys, we're rolling up the sleeves and going to help build Edwardsville and this business community up with you, I think that's what really brings that kind of wave of really just this momentum for you guys, for you. How's that month looked though? Because I've heard it's been awesome for you guys down there in that month.
I mean, it's been amazing. Honestly, the biggest hurdle is getting the door open.
Yeah.
And every day, like I said, we're seeing new faces and returning faces, and that's really what it's about. But it's the stories that we're constantly hearing about. This is convenient for me. Oh my gosh, you guys have this, where maybe some other dispensaries don't carry this all the time. And so for us, we're grateful, and we understand we got some friends in the neighborhood. We don't call them competitors. We call them community members. We're down. Because at the same time, we understand what it took for them to get their doors open too. And our goal is never to come in and push anyone out. If anything, it's to increase accessibility to this product, because this product actually helps people. And so what's really fun too is that we have this weekend, which some people have been like, I've been waiting for 420 all my life, or people are like, I celebrate every year. It's my dad's birthday, and for years I didn't know my dad was doing his thing out back, but now
I love it.
Conversation right to the forefront, as all families should. We should be able to have the conversations at the dinner table, and because of those conversations, sometimes I'm able to roll up at the dinner table before I stepping outside with my old man. But this weekend, it's the celebration, right? And so for us, it's how do we not only offer amazing opportunities for people to save money, because right now the economy, all these things that we hear about every day, they're impacting everything, right? Yeah. So we're trying to be mindful of that. We're trying to put good product in your hand and not beat up your wallet. But every day from here until Sunday, store-wide sales, right? So store-wide sale between now and Saturday, 25% off. But we also have up to 50% off selected items. Wow. Some really, really good stuff in there too. And then on Sunday, it's 30% off all day. And we got the Easter eggs that we're giving out the first 100 customers. We got the Lou Malnati's pizza, and we just got the good times, So it's really like you can show up whenever you want. And that was like our goal for this, because obviously the day of is the big celebration. But because, again, being conscious of, family obligations, like it's my dad's birthday, right? But It's also my nephew's birthday. It's also my niece's birthday. I'm like, y'all got a lot of birthdays to celebrate here. And they all don't do it in the same room. So, But at the same time, it's just these are the moments that we get to take advantage of and be a part of this community. And if it's the person's first time at Ivy Hall, we're going to make sure that they come back. But if it's you're coming in every couple of days, we're going to make sure that you're walking out feeling like we just blessed you up with everything that you thought and more. Literally when we're handing out these t-shirts on Friday morning, people are like, a shirt, it's soft, oh my gosh. And I was like, oh yeah, because people usually, when they're promo shirts, they're like the thicker shirts, maybe not so soft, go above and beyond. We don't want to give it to you, we want you to wear it too. So it's so cool, and honestly, it's fun. Because we got locations in like the city of Chicago, so we can't really get as ingrained as we want in the community, right. And so we're pulling it all out for Edwardsville, and we can't wait to see everyone on Sunday morning.
Well, you've definitely kicked ass and took names on this, Johnny, because the thing is, I mean, I'm telling people now, we all know that no matter if it's the mother-in-law, the aunt that always just kind of you just never know. There's always that person that you need to get just a little bag of gummies and take them with you, or you bring a little disposable pin, and I'm telling you, you're going to have the best time hunting eggs. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. If you're in an Easter bunny costume and you're looking the wrong way, you're having a good time. But for me, it's like that. Obviously, my parents knew I was a consumer for a long time. It's how I battled my ADHD and my PTSD. And that's just my own journey, right? But my mom one day was like, "Hey, I can't sleep, but I'm not smoking anything," and I'm like, "It's all good. I got you something else." And now my mom's like, "Oh my gosh, I sleep so well," and that's amazing. She's 74 years old and she deserves that, right? And so if I was able to, get that to her and she's able to get a couple more, minutes of rest every night, like, that's better than getting paid to do this job, So, so it's really those little things, we have a family friend who's battling cancer right now, heavy subject, right? But like, we're like, hey, we got some topicals for some pain relief. And then we also have some edibles that, have some CBG in them that can help with some of that medicinal effect too. So there's something for you. And if you're not a fan of cannabis, we respect you too. And that's just because it's all love. It's truly THC TLC at Ivy Hall every day.
I love it. Real quick though, I wanted to ask you on that because I think the education component, like if somebody's new coming in, maybe they haven't been to a dispensary or they haven't used cannabis since, they were a kid, or, you just never know the story. I'm sure you've heard them all. What's that education look like though? If someone comes in and they are nervous and they go, "Hey, I don't know what I'm looking for," are your bud tenders pretty good about helping them out and getting them onto the right track?
I mean, if there was an honor roll, they'd all be on. Okay?
I love it.
But yeah, no, I mean, that's really like one of our slogans is "come in and stay a while."
Yeah.
Where I've been to dispensaries all around the country that I've worked with or whatever, and there's always this mentality to like get them out as fast as possible. And when we started building Ivy Hall in 2022, we're like, no, we want people to sit. We want people to enjoy. We want people to ask questions, And so our bud tenders are prepared for those. They're not just, all right, hurry up, get out of here, very transactional. They want to know. They want to know, hey, what brought you in today? What are you looking for? What kind of experience, because like you said, it's like, well, we had a gentleman in Edwardsville the other day. He's like, yeah, I've actually had to put down the bottle, but I was looking for, you guys got these THC drinks? He's like, because I just need to have something in my hand when I'm hanging with my friends. And we're like, absolutely, but just, can you imagine being somebody who maybe has struggled a little bit with alcohol, coming in and being like, I'm vulnerable. I don't know what I'm doing here, and I need a little bit of help. Like that's amazing to me. So it's truly what we do, and we really try to. We pride ourselves on making sure all of our staff are educated, and they have mandatory, training with the state of Illinois, and then they have our mandatory training as well. So if somebody does come in, we just want them to have the best experience. We don't want somebody to be like, "Oh, I came in, this bud tender gave me this, and I went home and I saw something in my house," because that won't happen if you actually buy it from us instead of maybe going to like a smoke shop where they have unregulated product. But for us, we want to make sure that we're hitting that experience, because the moment you leave our doors, we have no control over that. Right. And there's still a lot of mystery out there. So for us, again, it's so important. We have education sheets at the front counter. We have education pamphlets that, we can toss in your bag that tell you about the different form factors, different cannabinoids, different terpenes, all these great things that make this plant so special. And that's what we're here to do, because the goal is not to just have you come back. The goal is to have you come back and be like, man, that really worked. And here's where I'm thinking I want to head now. Or, it's, hey, my buddies and I, we got together and I got some pre-rolls and I really liked them. And that was my first time consuming. So it's really whatever we can do to make that experience the best for you, we're going to do. And we're going to prioritize that. No matter if you're in there for 5 minutes or you're in there for a whole hour, your experience is so important to us, and that's what we're going to prioritize.
Well, and Johnny, this has been such a great conversation, and you're welcome back anytime, but I want to end on the big Shabuzi this week, and give us that format if you could, man. When are we seeing you? When can we not see you? And how much are we going to be winning on Sunday?
So our stores are open, today 9 to 9, tomorrow 9 to 10, Saturday 9 to 10, and then Sunday 8 to 8. So if you're coming out for 420 and you're trying to get a crack at one of those eggs, I tell you, get out there a little bit early, get in line. You're going to meet a bunch of your friends that you never knew that you had in the community that also believe in consuming cannabis. But we're also going to have our people out there getting you, coffee and a donut in a hand in case it's a little chili, and we're just going to be hyping y'all up. So once we get in, it's a fun experience. But I'll tell you what, if you're looking to save money at all, you can show up today. You can show up anytime this week. And hey, if you can't even show up now, this week, any day you come into Ivy Hall, we're giving you the best prices in town, guaranteed. And if you find something, cheaper, bring it to us. We'll I don't want to say we'll match it, but we'll do something better than that too, because that is our goal. We provide the best prices in town, no matter what. But right now, the store is literally on fire, and you are going to be saving. So we encourage everyone to come. Come today, come tomorrow, and then show up on Sunday, because it's going to be wild. And if anything, plan accordingly. If you don't want to deal with those eggs, but you want to get that deep dish pizza from Lou Malnati's, just come in the middle of the day whenever it's convenient for you. But either way, we're here to serve you whenever you show up, okay?
Man, thank you so much for this. I wish you nothing but the best success across all stores this week, and this is a big deal, and I hope that we're able to go up there and see you at some point in time on Sunday. Johnny, thank you so much for your time. Get over to Ivy Hall Dispensary, the big 420 celebration, and we ain't even a month in yet.
Not even yet.
Man, thanks again for your time, and we'll talk again soon.
Yep, appreciate you, CJ. Thanks.
No problem. We'll take a quick break. More Daily Show next.